Fun fact, the first and currently only physical copy of my writing to exist in book format exists within my junior year AP US history teacher's room. Mr. Bellows, if you ever see this, I'm so sorry you had me as a student. Anyway, it's a satire. That's right, younger me was a satirical writer and a wannabe stand-up comic. I don't write as much satire anymore because reality keeps getting more and more absurd. And one of the biggest signs we had of this was when Donald Trump became president. The Dark Ages. You could write a joke and that man would make it reality in mere seconds. I swear to God, he was staring down the barrel of every comic's shotgun, just telling us to do it. So he tweeted this, a tweet with the word Covfefe. This horrible yet funny turn of events wound up being probably the funniest typo in geopolitical relations for a while, just because of everyone's responses to this. I mean, the Volfifi index, come on. But the question becomes raised. What the fuck did Covfefe mean? The truth of the matter is pretty clear. This is honestly kind of a nothing burger of a mystery. I don't get why it was even considered an unsolved mystery to put on the Unsolved Mysteries iceberg, but hey, whatever. So here's the real answer. Look at the context of this tweet. It's pretty obvious, and to make Donnie Does a Slip Up even more likely, 6 hours after this shit-ass tweet is brought into the world, it's taken out. When pressed about it, White House Secretary Sean Spicer said, "I think Trump and a group close to him knew what he meant." No shit, Twinklecock, we all knew what he meant. Trump, of course, not wanting to admit he did a fucky-wucky, decides to do a little wink-wink and a nudge-nudge and imply that Covfefe actually did mean something. Now, of course, it's pretty clear that he's just lying. He does that a lot. He's really good at it. He made a whole career of it. He's just lying. But this isn't another pen video, baby. We get weird here. If you want normal, take your bitch ass back to Wendigoon. So here's the fun answer. It's a masterfully crafted psyop. Here's why. The same day as the Covfefe debacle, where this whole thing went viral, it surpassed Paris climate as a Google search term. Paris climate in reference to the climate accords that Trump would pull out of that very day. It makes a shit ton of sense to distract from your crimes against nature and humanity and the planet by just being a silly, goofy guy. Which is exactly why I doubt Trump did it. Any other son of a bitch and I'd spearhead this theory, but Trump loves to talk way too much, and to not brag about this 1000 IQ play would be completely out of character for him. He doesn't shut the fuck up, okay? So, again, this is very smart, but if it anyone else but Trump, and I'd be saying, yeah, this is just to cover up the Paris climate thing, but Donnie? Nah. Also, when I make these videos, there's a poll that decides the topic. People vote on them if they're a patron, and whenever I get around to emailing YouTube, if they're a member, they get to vote on the poll for what the video is. And Carnival of Light is the first entry to get bodied in 2 separate polls. So shout out to Carnival of Light for being the biggest L taker for now of 2023.
I actually am going insane, but I just phrase it as I'm silly, 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 I'm silly. So we made it through another video. The wizard hat still on the punching bag. That's the era we're in. I got layers cut into my hair now. It looks nice. Did you like it? Did you like the Covfefe video? Okay, cool. Then I have something you can do, which is subscribe. You can't see it, but there's actually a gun that I just grabbed pointed at the camera. So you should really consider subscribing if you hadn't. Most of all, though, me being strange and silly and going insane in a bedroom aside, I'm glad that you watched the whole thing. I'm glad that you enjoyed it, and I'm glad that you're here, so thank you. If you would like to support me and being weird in a room more, you can go join the Patreon. It's always down in the description. Go do it. Or don't. Thanks to the patrons who are subscribed. They're on screen now. Thanks again for watching this. I'm not going to make this intro too long. This isn't an intro. I'm not going to make this outro too long. So, you have a wonderful time. Until next time, Memento Mori.